Good morning, good morning. I printed out a couple things. This is a sample of another person's quilt, but I used pieces of paper that I've made. And it's kind of, there was a lot of black thread, messily sewn, and she had divided it into sections, and there was a lot of cream fabric. It's just an idea, kind of like this, but not quite. And these are just tiny little pieces of colored fabric with cream fabric on squares, and then those squares sewed together. This is another idea. I'm just, trying to think outside the box, inside the box. No box jokes intended, or whatever. No boxes were killed in this practice. But this is a tiny version of a log cabin, sort of. But how I would approach this is you sew a row of scraps all together, some with teeny tiny pieces, some with bigger pieces, and then you start building your logs of your log cabin and go around and around and around and around and around and around. And then it almost looks like a package wrapped. But it's a good way to use up scraps. It's a good way to have something kind of different. I think this is a wall. These are all kind of wall hangings. I love this. I would love to do something like this. These are half square rectangles. And you can see like that piece right there is a rectangle with peach on one side and cream on the other. A lot of these are the same thing. It's a light blue and then a dark blue, or a light blue and a cream laid horizontally as opposed to vertically. I just love this. It's a lot of work, but you're not matching. Well, I guess you are matching corners, which in quilting is like everything. I don't always do it, but it is preferred. And you're matching these four corners. These two triangle corners come here from each piece, and then you have to match them. And then you match them with these two bottom ones. So there's 8 pieces of fabric right there that are going to mesh right there at that point. That's not easy to do. Anyhow, I think I'm going to make something kind of like this today. Just because I love the messiness of all of it. But I thought it would just be interesting. I mean, if you look up modern abstract quilts, you can be lost for hours on the internet. All right, some of these are getting way too big. Way too big. I need to make sure I do my size the right way. But, all right. So, and if you'll notice, maybe I could, redeem myself and make a Halloween quilt like this. If you'll notice, I said, my mind is blank. C. Jenkins can name this quilt. But if I were to do a Halloween one, that would be kind of fun with Halloween paper or black and orange, and then on a cream background maybe, and then a lot of lines. But I'm going to make a quilt today. Quilt idea block, perhaps, or wall hanging idea. Kind of like this, but I'm going to let C. Jenkins name it because she comes up, he, I'm not sure. And I'm trying not to offend, the internet. But, and C. Jenkins. But, anyhow, I don't care if it's all different colors. This was wild fabric or wild paper. And the example that I got that one from off of Pinterest was wild also. Probably a batik type thing. So I just happen to have some wild paper here. And I don't want them perfectly shaped. I kind of, want, something that's not perfect. Angles, cut. All right. That might be too grungy. I'm actually getting low on paper. Not low, but it's down to, I do have this drawer over here. It's getting down to a manageable size. good. Oh, here's a good one too. Here's another good one. Now, I want a couple little tiny pieces, but I might put this aside for Halloween. That can go in my small box now. So can these. This is a photocopy of something that I did on Procreate, but I want just little pieces. There's some black. That's good for Halloween. Some more. Here's a good piece of somebody's sweater. I want some of this pink. Okay. I think I have enough paper. But let's put some more Halloween stuff in here. I do not remember doing that. Green and purple might work a little bit. No, I just want orange and black. Ooh, I like that one too. I think that's all green. All right, let's just see what else is in this pile, in this big bin. Not to be confused with the clock. Ooh, that might work. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Woo. That could go in there. I have a lot of blue and green right now. All right. I do not remember doing. Oh, I like that. Just a square piece of paper that will fit in the book. There's some gray paper. Oh, that's from Yosemite. I don't know if I can use that. Maybe I will. Is it gray on the inside? No, it's white. I might use a little gray. Ooh, what is that? I don't know. That's good. Of course I would save that. Okay. All right, we got two things going on here. One at a time. Okay, that's the Halloween one. Now this one. All right. I kind of want a grid. Hold this out. It's kind of like a 9-patch. But I don't want everything going in the same direction. I mean the same, like all the little pieces all lined up. And I don't want every square to have something in it. Okay, I like that right there. Simple, simple. However, and I mean, you could do this with, I would approach this idea perhaps with scraps and make maybe a whole huge, I love that right there for a piece of fabric. That looks like E-bond right there. That's not even any kind of like rectangle or triangle or whatever. But you could make like a bunch of purple scraps. Little pieces that you can't possibly throw away. Because fabric is like $16 a yard now. Cotton, quilting cotton. And you could just sew a bunch of stuff together. You could use solid batiks. You could do all kinds of stuff and make it, you know, your own. Approach it. Okay. Here's where the 9-patch comes in. And not completely geometric, but I really don't want that thick of a line. Actually, I don't want that either. I don't know if this is black. Yes. I would sew this on white fabric. And you can get fabric printed that has this, what they call tone on tone. Has a tiny bit of a pattern, which might be fun. And just a huge piece of fabric. However, wall hanging, throw, twin, queen, king, whatever size you want it. And then make a huge section of scraps. It could be anything. And then just sew it on there. And maybe applique on. Or have strips. And sew the strip of sashing around these. But don't make it the sashing all the same size. Because then you're going to make it too uniform. in my opinion. My design aesthetic. But then you'll have some that are blank. The husband's in the shower, so the dog is freaking out. But I love that. So now what would we call this? Don't listen to the husband talking to the dog. What a big dog. Why you gotta bark every time? All right. I don't know what to call this. Tic-tac scrap instead of tic-tac-toe. Grid chaos. Oh, we could name it in Ozzy Osbourne fandom. Highway to Hell. Here's the highway system. Oh. I don't know what I've already been in today. I don't know. Maybe C. Jenkins, you name both of them, and one will be the Halloween version, and one's going to be the... But again, I'm going to do it exactly the same way, and I might just make my own scraps in one square. I kind of don't want it to be perfect. I mean, it's not going to be perfect because of the design aesthetic. But I don't want it to be perfect squares or perfect this or perfect that. I don't want it to be like that. I don't know what kind of paint this is, but it's shiny. And that looks like the wildfires in California. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this is good too. And it's all different types of paint and paper and everything. Our schools in this area, I think, started back today. This one might have a torn edge. Some are going to have cut edges. Actually, I think I want a little bit of it in the wild square. I think my husband said our granddaughter goes back to school tomorrow. To another new school. This is the third school in 6 years. That's not helping her situation either. She was a child that already had learning issues. And then COVID came along, and that really, really threw a wrench in her learning ability, or lack thereof, or not lack thereof, but a confusion thereof. Okay. And she's gone to a charter school. She has gone to a very expensive private school that her mother went to and her uncle went to. So she kind of got in on that, but she's creating some problems in both of those schools. And the parents, because it was a private school, had the ability to complain quite a bit. And so she was asked to not come back. Money or no money. Which, we're the ones paying for it, and financially. It's just really sad to see teenagers these days get messed up. Not drugs, not anything like that. It's other stuff. Okay, so. My heart goes out to her. Big time. She's surrounded by some weird kids, weird decisions, a lot of weird stuff. And unfortunately, it's everything that can go wrong is happening. It's really sad. It just breaks my heart to think of her as the person we knew before and how she is now. Hopefully she comes back, but we have to be content with the fact that she may not return as the same person. Because right now she doesn't want to. Teenage years are kind of rough on kids, especially nowadays. This does not look Halloween-ish enough right now. I don't know if I like this. This says March right through it, and we don't want March to appear in our Halloween video. Kind of like that fabric right there. That fabric we made. Kind of like that. Sort of. I need This one needs to be here. Okay, that's a 9 patch. This one's not going to have any empty spaces. I don't know if I would follow this one completely, but it has potential in some places. To the point where, I don't know. I like my other one better, but maybe once I get the lines drawn on it, it'll be okay. Because that's part of the design element, I think. My stomach's growling. Wah, 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 wah. Gotta talk over it. I went to Walmart real early this morning to get coffee supplies and milk. And I forgot my car doesn't have gas. And it was dark still. And so I used my husband's car, which is the same car as mine because I drive his old car. And he's kind of stuck on this one car model. And when it was time for him to get a new car, I'm like, I'll just take your old one, which I do miss my old car. But I had the oldest car in the family, and it's like, you need a new car. I'm like, yeah. I mean, my car was over 10 years old. Now, granted, it's a brand that will go on for quite a while, but he doesn't want me driving back and forth to the beach sometimes by myself in something that's over 10 years old. So, anyhow, my car didn't have gas, so I drove his. I said, and because the gas station wasn't open yet, and that meant, and I didn't want to drive in the dark and have me run out of gas. I don't think I would have run out of gas. I've never ran out of gas in my life. But now is not the time to start, especially at 6 o'clock in the morning when it's still dark. I don't hate it. Halloween block party. Halloween. It's after C. Jenkins. You named this one. I'm going to put on the back here, named by C. Jenkins. Okay, so I don't hate either one of these. I must have been inspired by my t-shirt because I got a Van Gogh t-shirt on. Oh, you know what? Huh. Now, you could even put something in the middle here, like boo. You could applique the letters boo on here, depending on what you're going to use it for. But I don't hate it. And I mean, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to tape this one on because I want to be able to, well, I'll put it on and post it. Okay. Where's that pin? Named by C. Jenkins. Okay, now we can glue it down. I think it would be kind of interesting in a wall hanging, a small wall hanging. On cream paper, I'm not so sure I like the white, but a tone-on-tone print. And then take black thread and go back and forth with your sewing machine. I don't want the grid to be even. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. Okay, thimbles. This one, I think this one needs another color. I think I have all this paper under control. I find another box. All right, let's see. Ooh, what's this? I like that. Here's some good paper. It's kind of trapezoid shape-ish. Some of them. I like that. Ooh, this black on black. This was my calamari stamp. Nope, that doesn't fit, but it could have gone in the Halloween one. Ooh. All right, let's see here. I need some bright paper of some kind. How about a little yellow curve ball? Okay. And again, this can all be built up with tiny pieces of fabric to make one piece of fabric. Don't cut it straight. In a perfect shape, or if you want to, do cut it straight in a perfect shape. I still don't know what I'm going to call it. off the grid. I kind of like that off the grid. Off the grid, outside the box. I like off the grid. Off the beaten path. Off the grid. We're going to stay with off the grid. But let's go back to this Halloween one. Maybe I can put a little bit of this with this. I don't want. All right, let's see if we can find another little orange piece. No. Maybe an orange crayon. Ooh, what color is this? Vermilion. Something about the eye of the grid. I don't know. See, Jenkins, it's yours. You name it. Kind of adding stuff here. Okay. Added a little interest. I really like this right here. I would make a whole quilt, a wall hanging like that. And I kind of like something about this too. Okay. I think that's it for today. I got to figure out how to put these in here. Guess I'm just going to fold them. But so far, I really like that one. I like that other Halloween much better than that. There's a little bit of writing I've done for some of them. Love that one. Like that one. These were more like put 6 of these together or 9 of these together. And that's fine too. Actual blocks. I love that one too. Wonky isosceles. Board games. Parcheesi. Parcheesi was invented a whole long time ago. My stomach's growling. Diamond Peaks. Like that. Oh wow, this is Mermaids in the Surf. That's a solid piece of fabric, and then she's got all these circles around it that almost look like Hawaiian. I'm not sure. Pink Power, I like that one. I said I was going to do something with these two that I didn't like and do something different. Maybe more grids. Okay. So much fun. I got to go babysit the dog. My husband's, y'all think about me. He's going to be in Charleston today. Come back tomorrow. And guess who I have to babysit? Yeah. The dog without his favorite human. It's not a good situation. He pouts. He won't eat. I know. It's just crazy. So, oh, maybe that's what these can be. This could be like, never mind. Okay, thanks for watching. As always, see you tomorrow. Bye.